So today's October 10, 2023. And anytime I try to use the bathroom, they start attacking me. Just doing all this stuff. They came and put the hose on the floor. This hose wasn't on the floor before I went to the bathroom. And as soon as I went in there, they put the hose on the floor. Yeah, and it almost tripped me and got me to fall. They have no reason to do that. Who does this? Somebody can trip and fall. So, they're calling me a rat for for reporting this NYPD to the to 311 my mother after they took her home. Every guy was trying to help us, they choked him to death, and they sent word out on the street that harmed that rat or whatever. On October 8, 2023, I was trying to use the bathroom in downtown Brooklyn. A black American janitor came and banged me. He said, "Get out, get out!" And he was laughing with some Muslim women. And they called the park police on me, and the park police wouldn't let me make a report. I said, they're just kicking me out of everywhere. They wouldn't let me use the bathroom. So it's like this, they believe, and they're calling me a rat. Then I went on the train. And on my way to the train from downtown Brooklyn, Dumbo Park, downtown Brooklyn by the Brooklyn Bridge, Manhattan Brooklyn Bridge, some black Americans accosted me. Said, nigga, they were about to beat me up. Some black American kids. They're almost like 20. They came out, as I was walking away from the park also, where the black American jumped in the bathroom, the janitor told me to get out as soon as I go into the bathroom at 5 p.m. As I was walking away from the park also, the guy went and parked the car on the sidewalk, so I wouldn't be able to leave. Is there a reason why you brought the hose out? I almost tripped and fell on the hose, sir. That's not nice. I almost tripped and fell. My tire almost got damaged also. And they turned out to be so condescending to me, and they have their police camera everywhere, and they have these police have people on the street to abuse you. So a guy threw a bottle at me early this morning, also on the train, on our train. He's a black American. He didn't want me on the train, and they treated me like an African slave. I can't use the bathroom. And they're calling me a rat, and my life is in danger. Nigerian embassy won't help me, since my mother's daughter's friend mental illness owner and killed her and stole her property. People think, it's not an exploitation season. Excuse me, was that you with the hose? Oh, yeah, tell him to remove it. A guy left the hose as soon as I went to the bathroom, left the hose on the floor. People can trip and fall. They may not care about me, but some other person trips and fall, they can see you guys. Because I don't understand why they always try to make me feel unwelcome to use the bathroom. And I was the only one in the bathroom. And as soon as I came there, another female came in there. It was so loud. It was just making all these comments, I was just trying not to hurry up and leave, because they abused them in the bathroom, sending word on the street. During the COVID, 2020, they lock up the bathroom at the train station, and I'll come and use the bathroom, and they would use the park workers to attacking me, and then they started bringing the park police. I would say, we'll put you inside, we'll take you to psych ward. Get out of this bathroom right now. As soon as I tried to use the bathroom, they lock up on the bathroom 2020. And a guy took me to his house in the Bronx, and it was really vicious to me. Also wouldn't let me use the bathroom and stuff, and punched me, to kick me out. He told me I could stay with his tenants, whatever, and he chinked on me, because I couldn't find a bathroom to use. And he took me to his house in the Bronx, and he chinked on me. Wouldn't let me use the bathroom, was treating me like a slave. I called the police. I called the police in the Bronx. They took my picture. My face was bloody, punched me, and they wouldn't arrest them. Even though there's laws against illegal eviction, it was COVID season 2020. And I told them, this is COVID season. These guys wants me out, has been punching me, and the police told me you have to get out. I said, there's laws against illegal eviction. There was a law against illegal eviction. They lock up all the train. I'm like, all the train station. They lock up the bathroom there. I really have nowhere to go. The shelter is crowded and people are getting infected with COVID. I said, I'm already in the house. I've been living here for a number of days. I'm his tenant. He was punching me, telling me he wants me to get out. And they told me, yeah, you got to get out. And I was reporting the police. So they're obstructing justice for me. So I came out here on the street, and I've been charging my phone in front of this Dunkin' Donuts. And I'll try to use the bathroom, and they used to close the bathroom early at 4 p.m. The men's bathroom has only one stall. So I would do just I try to use the men's bathroom also, but it has only one stall, and I'll come use the women's bathroom. That's a transgender. And it has 3 stores in the women's bathroom, and they wouldn't want me to use it. And they started bringing their police, and they said, get out of this bathroom now. We'll put you in a psych ward, put you in Bellevue. My mother was just killed my mother had been killed in Bellevue Hospital by daughters. Wolfram mental illness. So, they were so, they were so encouraged by that. They saw, my mother was stripped bare naked, metaphorically. She was just, because my mother was very active when she was alive. She would report the NYPD to 311, to the U.S. Congress, DOJ, to assembly people, and she would even file court papers mentioning the NYPD kicked me and her out of the home, and it's really affecting me. I'm having nightmares, So as soon as my mother's daughters were able to fail mental illness, while she was getting treated in the ICU, and failed mental illness, and got the Bellevue Hospital to move her into the psych ward, and they saw how easily she was killed that way, because my mother didn't want to go to the psych ward, especially when she had a high blood pressure, and they said she was very resistant, and they put a plasma pressure on her, and they overwhelmed her and killed her, trying to put her in the psych ward when she needed to be even though she needed to be in the ICU when she was getting treated for high blood pressure and heart disease. And they saw those were able to get away with that. Failed mental illness owner, Bolanley and Flora, that's her daughter's names in Pennsylvania. They saw those were able to get away with it, and went and took her property in the storage, because my mother had that storage for like almost 15 years, and she was storing a lot of, that was going to be her retirement pension. She was buying a whole lot of stuff, digital TV, all kinds of stuff. She had her storage loaded. And she took me there to show me the content of the storage, and I put my stuff in there also. And I'm sure she took her daughters there, because that was the only way to find out she has the storage in the first place or whatever. And they went and took all the content out. Took her to Pennsylvania with them, without my permission, nothing. Went and buried my mother in Jersey somewhere that I can't get to, because I don't have a car. Even though my mother never lived in Jersey, and she said when they were bringing her from New York, from Pennsylvania, she was feeling sick in Pennsylvania, but she didn't want to go to a hospital in Pennsylvania. She said her daughters were acting very suspicious, and she didn't feel safe around them. So that was why she decided to come to New York. They said midway on the Greyhound bus, she started having a heart attack, and the Greyhound bus pulled over to call 911. She told the Greyhound bus driver to keep driving to New York. She just wanted to be as far away from her daughters as possible, because she felt they were going to sabotage her treatment. She didn't want to even be in Jersey. So the FBI was tapping my phone. My mother was telling me this. She told the Greyhound to keep driving to New York. She didn't want to be near her daughters at all. And that's why she said she was feeling so terribly sick in that Pennsylvania. And she still got on the Greyhound. So she didn't want to be near her daughters, because her daughters, one of them worked in the hospital in Pennsylvania, and the failed mental illness on me when I was there. I addressed failed mental illness on me and got me put in the psych ward in around 2000. 2001, and my immigration lawyer, and they told the psych ward not to release me. That was lying. I didn't have an immigration case. I'm delusional. And to my lawyer court, I did have an immigration case. And the hospital, the Pittsburgh is called the Mercy Hospital, Mercy Providence Hospital in downtown Pittsburgh. I said, her daughter sounds so believable. The Bolanley, she was working. He said she was working in a hospital back then. He said she sounds so believable. They can't believe somebody could lie and look so honest. And even the hospital was stunned. They were a psychiatric hospital, and they were stunned. Why would anybody do that and lie on their family member that the person is crazy and making up stuff? And she wanted me to use my immigration court hearing, because back then, when she missed her immigration court hearing, they sent the warrant out and deport you right away. She was trying to get me deported. The immigration didn't even buy no excuse. You were sick in the hospital. No. You'll already be deported back to your country, and good luck finding a lawyer to bring you back to America. And the hospital couldn't believe it, and they apologized to me. They believed her. And she was working in a hospital also in Pennsylvania, because she sounded so honest, and she was lying to them. She lied to the police also that I had a knife. I was about to attack. I was crazy. And they wanted her daughter Flora. My mother was returning back to New York. Because my mother took me there. Under false guises. I was living in New York with my mother, and she took me there, like we're going to go there and come back together. And when I had an immigration court case, I had to return to New York. And when I got there, I was trying to get in the car with my mother to come back to New York. My mother was returning to Tokyo, and the daughter Flora hit me with that car, so that I can't come into the car. I hit me with that car, And they blatantly called the police on me and took me over to the cypress. I was attacking everything. So that's the phone book I normally use in 2020. After the guy in the Bronx kicked me out, punched me. So as an immigrant, he also claimed to be a U.S. citizen. Address are born in America as well. So they said this abuse culture whereby immigrants are seen as less and U.S. citizens will abuse them and get away with it. So a guy that took me to his house in the Bronx told me he was an American citizen also, said he was born in the Bronx, but he was from the Caribbean. His friends were from the Caribbean. And he was abusing me like a slave, and the NYPD wouldn't help me. He punched me in my face, I was bleeding. I had blood gushing out of my face. And I was saying, I'm going to help you get out. Get out of here. We're going to drag you out in handcuffs. I have nowhere to go. There's a law that bars unlawful eviction. I said, get out, And I was bleeding in my face. I had all my bags, and I was carrying all my bags down the stairs because I had more bags than this. But they're stolen everything. So I used to sit here and come use the bathroom, and the pump was telling me, get out, don't use the bathroom, call the police officer, will put you in the psych ward, Bellevue Hospital, that's where you belong. That's where my mother's daughters killed her. So this NYPD has been using that to taunt me, telling people to tell me you're going to Bellevue or so, that's where you belong, you're your mother. So they've been using that as a sole power, like U.S. citizens versus aliens. Even this Trump, when he became president, it was also saying, it wants Africans removed to their shithole country, they don't belong in the U.S., to say support the NYPD. So around that time period, Trump was president in 2020. I was just going through. And even today, as soon as I went to the bathroom, they brought the hose out. And I tripped on that hose, and my tires also, my whole cart almost tumbled over. Because the one tire in front got lodged in the hose. I also had to back up because it was going to take out my second tire also. So they're telling them to attack me, destroy my property, and make me defecate in my pants. So this is what I'm going through. And then a black American threw a bottle at me and said, get out on the train today. So this NYPD controls the street, and this Eric Adams as mayor, it's not helping me either. He said he's trying to get the homeless out of the street and get them in the whole house. It's making all homeless look like they're just crazy and don't want to leave the street. And I contacted him, say if anybody needs any problem resolved, they should contact him. And I'll contact him on social media, and he wouldn't answer me. I'll tell him I was vacated from my home and under, Staten Island, give him the address, my full name, my birthday. And he could research that because under the settlement agreement signed by the city of New York, people that are vacated have to provide hotel rooms by the city of New York. My mother tried to get a hotel room, they wouldn't give it to her. They wouldn't give it to me either. And he wouldn't help me out. And on his radio show on Sunday, it came on this last Sunday also, right before the black American attack on the bathroom in the park. The show came around 10:30 and they were playing a soundbite, like a taser. I don't know who they're signaling that to, because they had me on the FBI surveillance. They were able to monitor everything about me because the surveillance is able to pick up even the sound of a needle dropping on the floor. So when I listen to the radio and everything, they're able to pick that up on the surveillance. And this Harry Garden plays the sound bites on his radio show, like a taser. And it's like, I don't know if they're sending, if that's the code. Because when I try to use that bathroom after listening to that radio show at 5 p.m., that radio show came at 10:30 a.m. When I tried to use that bathroom, the black American worker, as soon as I came to the bathroom, said, get out. Like I was saying, what's going on, sir? And he wouldn't explain nothing to me. And he was on his Motorola contacting the police, and he wouldn't explain nothing to me. They said, no, they can strain you up like that and make you look like you're a trespasser. Then until the park police came, I was like, this guy was just screaming, get out, and he didn't explain nothing. As I just came into the bathroom, the bathroom was open. I was like, why would you lure me with an open bathroom during opening hours, and as soon as I get in there, you tell me to get out? He's never done anything where there was no emergency, the bathroom wasn't flooded, and you can't entrap somebody. So this is what they're doing to deport immigrants now. They will entrap you, and then claim you failed to comply with an order from the police, an order from the park worker, you're a trespasser, now you're a criminal alien. They can deport you that way, or even choke you to death. In 2019, they told me I was done on the subway, they were arresting me in the platform. At night time, I went to Bay Ridge and 4th Avenue. Then the Sanders guy would always come and, he always come and administer unwanted touch. And I told him this sexual harassment, stop touching me at nighttime. And it continued to do it. It was doing that for weeks. So on that day, July 20, 2019, an African had just thrown water at the NYPD in Harlem some days earlier. So they said the NYPD will retaliate, against blacks, and the black person does something wrong. In my case, an African was throwing water at them in Harlem. I don't know who told the African to do that, but like 2 days later, the NYPD set me up in the subway bathroom in New York City subway at Prospect Park on July 20, 2019. I ran in the morning. I was trying to use the bathroom. This Caribbean woman, she also comes to the bathroom to harass me because I'm a transsexual. She would tell me the bathroom is not for transsexuals, it's for real women and things like that. She just harassed me. And she came to the bathroom that day and she left the hot water on and the hand dryer on for like an hour. It was afternoon. It was summer and it was so hot I couldn't breathe. I was reading the papers around that time period, days earlier, the Daily News saying somebody died of heat exhaustion in the Bronx. So I was telling her the bathroom is too hot. You're going to cause with having exhaustion. I said she didn't care. She left the hand dryer on and hot water on for like an hour. It was so steamy hot. I didn't call the police. I thought it was a setup. But it was so steamy hot, and the police wouldn't even be able to see me anywhere. There was steam all over the bathroom, steam everywhere, and they could shoot me dead because back then the police was killing blacks and claiming they were. Especially, the Diallo was killed that way. They was saying it was flaring his arm, and they thought it was about to shoot down. That's why they shoot him with 40 bullets. So I felt, they were setting me up because in Africa I told them whatever. I didn't call the police. I just told them I'm going to send a video. I was recording everything going on for the whole 1 hour. I was distracted. I couldn't use the bathroom. It was so hot to my end. So I told them I'm going to put the video online for social activists. So they're going to have you arrested. And so after that, I left the bathroom. I took the queue to the DeKalb Avenue in Brooklyn from Prospect Park Station, which I was really not taking the bathroom at the Q train. Prospect Park Station. I took the queue to DeKalb Avenue in Brooklyn. Then I took the R train from there to J Street. And MCL worker wearing an orange uniform came. It was a Spanish guy. And told me, you're done today. And how did and I turned on my phone again to record. But then he walked past me. I recorded his posterior hand. I said, this guy just walked past me, so I'm done. I see that. By 8 p.m. that day on Barrington and 4th Avenue, I was sitting in front of the Rite Aid on the sidewalk, on a chair, close to the edge of the sidewalk. And this guy came and started touching me around 8 p.m. The NYPD camera was recorded. It's a good thing I'm, this is a good illustration. So the NYPD camera was there. I was sitting there close to the edge and kept touching me. The NYPD camera would pick him up. And I was flying my house, said, get away from me, don't touch me. You always come and do that. That's how I wanted to touch, that's a harassment. And I finished doing that, the police started showing up, like 20 of them. And they stopped me to the ground, put their foot on my neck, took away my green card, put me in an NYU psychiatric hospital near Barrington and 4th Avenue, near the R train in Brooklyn. And some of them were shouting me too. I already tried to get Gloria Aura to help me, told that I was sexually harassed by the NYPD. And wrongfully evicted from my home on Staten Island near my mother by the NYPD were evicted wrongfully. And Gloria Aura says she can't go against the NYPD for sexual harassment. So I was trying to sue Gloria Aura. I was suing all the lawyers that wouldn't help me back then because they were just breathing a wall of silence to subdue me as a foreigner. And my mother was born in America. They were able to frame mental illness on her. So it was like some movement against me and my mother as foreigners. And so that happens a lot, where immigrants or people that lack proficiency in American English are subjected to abuse, severe abuse, and denied justice. Even they say the NYPD, a lot of immigrants have been accusing them of denying them help. The NYPD say they can't understand the immigrant, that the English is not clear. And even when immigrants face domestic abuse, a lot of foreigners, when they face domestic abuse from their spouse or their local domestic partners, or domestic abuse in general, or with whoever they live in the house with, the NYPD wouldn't arrest the perpetrator. And it happened to me. A guy took me to his house, and I could have his tenants. I could stay with him in the Bronx in 2020. I couldn't find a PR for him to use. And instead of punching me days later, I told him he want me out. Wouldn't let me use the PR from and stuff. And I called the police, and the police wouldn't help me. And they told me they were going to drag me out with a handcuff. But they took my picture of my face bleeding and told me they're not going to help me. So this was happening, and I tried to use the bathroom to put the hose on the floor. And as soon as I leave the bathroom, they removed the hose. There was no reason for them to leave. I just think that would make me trip or fall, or that would kill me, or damage my property further. So this abuse I'm doing, and they'll be calling me rats. They got through a bottle at me today on the R train. Today's October 10th, 2023, around 2 a.m. And I've just been experiencing all kinds of abuses like that. I'm so exhausted. I'm being deprived of access to the bathroom. They're trying to get me defecate on myself. and make me look like a smelly immigrant. So I'm being prevented access to the bathroom as a black immigrant, and it's getting worse that they said Hamas is attacking Americans in Israel. So they're sending their street dogs because the NYPD control the street. They have their street dogs that could administer torture under under the color of law, or under the undercover. So they use the park walkers and all this stuff to deny me access to the bathroom like I'm a slave. And they have their camera watching the bathroom, but really they're watching for people like me to abuse as foreigners. So this has been going on. The MT also locked up the bathroom for 3 years since 2020. Said they were going to upgrade the bathroom. And the bathroom there for this, they didn't upgrade nothing. No more tissue. The doors wouldn't lock properly. And I made I recorded the light store there. The doors don't lock properly. I recorded that like more than 1 week ago. And then once I shut down the door, I wouldn't reopen that store. So they closed it for fixing. And it's been over 1 week now. How long does it take to fix a door? They just didn't put enough hole to insert the lock, and they could fix that in 1 day. The door wouldn't lock though. Now when you try to lock it, the hole, there's a hole there. It's not deep enough for the lock to get into. And that's easy. They could drill a deeper hole on the door and fix it within 1 hour. And they just try to prevent from that bathroom is large enough for me to put my bags in, and just to make me walk comfortable and deny access to the bathroom. Using threats of violence, and the one thing they will say is they'll put me in a psych ward for using the bathroom. So this is what's going. It's not even funny, but this is what I'm going through. I cry and and this is and this level of hypocrisy, whereby they're allowed to harass me, deny me access to the bathroom as a foreigner. This has to be investigated by the international community. This is just going on, and I'm exhausted. And they said they're going to make me go mad. They said they're going to get me to kill myself. They said they've been sending their street dogs to tell me that. So I'm exhausted. This is what I'm dealing with. So they're trying to render me, deny me justice, deny me housing. I went to the Roosevelt Hotel also. The black American workers, they wouldn't let me. The dog go workers wouldn't let me get into the hotel. So they're forming a wall of abuse around me where I can't access no hotel room and keeping me outside like a slave and threatening me with the same way my mother's daughters killed her fundamental owner. And they feel so empowered by that. Their daughters can get away with felony. They too can get away by abusing me, with using any type of, their daughters can get away with a felony type attack to fame mental illness on somebody and get them killed, and the prosecutors in Brooklyn would help me. Same thing with my mother. When she was alive, she wanted the NYPD prosecutor for, unlawfully taking her home. She contacted the U.S. Justice Department, and they ignored her and told her no, they're not going to help her. So, so they're building a wall of abuse whereby new immigrants like me and my mother can be abused by U.S. citizens or people born here, and, or, people that they consider real Americans. Even this Eric Adams said New York is for real New Yorkers. People need to go back to Iowa or go back to Ohio. I used to talk about, make public discussions back then near his office in Brooklyn that, in Iowa, people are allowed to have driver's licenses even though they're undocumented immigrant. I say in Ohio and Nigeria became one of the towns there. So this I gotta make a statement around that time period also. People need to go back to Iowa or Ohio. New York is for real New Yorkers, and they'll be putting a graffiti in the bathroom saying pose that fake accent. I will take pictures and put it on my Google archive photos. And since then, I feel I'm being targeted as a foreigner. I'm being denied shelter. Even at the Roosevelt Hotel where they put in the immigrant, they wouldn't give me shelter. And just leaving on the street to be abused and abandoned. And it's starting to bring little kids to try to harass me when I'm trying to use the bathroom. And just trying to, I guess, some type of extortion or whatever provocation. See what's going on.